We just got some bombshell news linking Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein, and I want to make sure you guys are all caught up. Make sure you leave a like on the video. This Business Insider article reads, the newly unsealed Jeffrey Epstein documents have Donald Trump's name all over them. He has been secretly disguised as Doe 174. Over the past week, thousands of pages of court documents in a Jeffrey Epstein-linked lawsuit have been unsealed. The documents name about 170 people who have come up in a legal battle between Virginia Giuffre, one of his accusers, and Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend, who in 2021 was convicted of trafficking girls to him for sex. Before now, the documents had either been fully under seal or partially redacted. Each of those roughly 170 people, a mix of Epstein's wealthy friends, his victims, and other people merely mentioned in passing, had been identified as a J. Doe in arguments over whether documents should be made public. And if you guys didn't know, names like John Doe or Jane Doe are used as placeholders for unidentified people in legal cases, or when somebody dies, they'll be referred to as a John Doe or Jane Doe, and it was no different in this case. The article continues, Donald Trump is one of them, but until now, it wasn't clear which of the nearly 200 Does, as enumerated by U.S. District Judge Loretta Preska in a 50-page list, he actually was. An exhaustive review of the documents by Business Insider points to one no longer anonymous Doe who checks all the boxes, Doe 174. And I have some wild updates, but first, watch this clip of Donald Trump on Fox and Friends last week being asked about the unsealing of the Jeffrey Epstein files, and Donald Trump gets visibly flustered. He gets nervous, and now we know exactly why. Watch this clip.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you,
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
So that clip makes a lot more sense with this new information we have. This article continues, in deciding whether to make the names on the list public, Preska weighed any privacy rights the Does might have against the public's right to access judicial documents. The newly unsealed documents include new excerpts of deposition transcripts and other legal filings where Trump's name is now revealed. Preska's list identifies Doe 174 as a person whose, quote, association with Epstein and Maxwell has been widely reported in the media already, and his or her name came up during Maxwell's public criminal trial. The former President Trump fits that bill as someone who had a long history with the now dead pedophile and who said, quote, I wish her well when Maxwell was indicted on sex trafficking charges. And really quickly, the right is always projecting when it comes to pedophilia and sex trafficking. Overwhelmingly, the amount of people, the amount of public officials who have gotten in trouble for sex trafficking or pedophilia have been Republican officials or popes, right-wing popes that usually are conservative, that are the heads of churches. But right-wingers have tried to obfuscate and act like left-wing people, like liberals are often pedophiles, when it's irresponsible to generalize like that for both parties. But the fact that their leader, Donald Trump, now has ties to Jeffrey Epstein and they conveniently don't talk about that should tell you how much they actually care about children and how much they are virtue signaling. This article continues, Trump also came up several times during Maxwell's trial. One of his Mar-a-Lago employees testified about an Epstein victim working at Mar-a-Lago. Flight records made public on the trial showed Trump flew on Epstein's plane with his son Eric, and one victim at the trial said Epstein name-dropped Trump, apparently to demonstrate that he was connected to powerful people. The newly unsealed filings have shed more light on Epstein's connections to some of the most powerful people in the world. They detail some of his connections to former President Bill Clinton and sexual misconduct accusations against Prince Andrew, which the British royal has denied. But in her ruling, Preska said Doe 174, Donald Trump's name, came up in 9 different documents that were previously under seal or had their name redacted. As of publication time Monday night, 3 of those documents had not yet been completely unredacted, but Trump does fit into the context of those documents. The other 6 documents that had been unsealed all include Trump's name too, and no other Doe is listed as being being named in all those same docket entries. It's unclear whether Trump fought to keep his identity under seal in the documents, but if we had to guess, he probably did, because Trump has fought to hide a lot of other information about him. That's how he got 34 felony counts. Remember, Trump has bragged about sexually assaulting women. Trump's names were on the Epstein flight logs. Trump has repeatedly made weird comments about his daughter. Trump has repeatedly been seen in photos with Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, so it's not surprising whatsoever that these two are tied together with documents now. The victims talked about Trump as one of Epstein's friends. Two of the unsealed documents the judge said named Doe 174, Donald Trump, are from a deposition of Johanna Sjoberg, who has accused Epstein of rape and Prince Andrew of groping her. The British royal has denied the claims. In the deposition, Sjoberg denied massaging Trump at any of Epstein's properties. She also described flying to Atlantic City in Epstein's private jet, where they visited one of Trump's casinos. Jeffrey said, "Great, we'll call up Trump and we'll go to, I don't recall the name of the casino, but we'll go to the casino," she recalled in the deposition. Another document, which was fully unsealed in 2022, is an already public 2016 New York Post article about the allegations against Epstein. It mentions that Trump and Epstein were friends and spent time at parties together in Palm Beach. The three other unsealed documents are motions and letters from lawyers representing Epstein and Alan Dershowitz, where Trump is mentioned in passing. Mr. Epstein's name has been widely linked in the press with prominent individuals such as Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew. His attorneys wrote in a motion arguing that he should not be forced to testify in front of a jury, later adding, "His personal appearance at the trial of this case would predictably be the focus of massive media attention of both the mainstream and gutter variety." One unsealed document from a lawyer representing Dershowitz seeks to discredit one of his accusers, Sarah Ransom, by saying she has made unproven claims about possessing video footage of powerful people having sex with girls in Epstein's home. Ransom has said that she had a friend who was one of the many girls that had sexual relations with Donald Trump, and that the friend said she had sex with Donald Trump in Epstein's Manhattan mansion. "She told me how he kept going on about how he liked her pert nipples," Ransom said, purporting to cite a friend. "Donald Trump liked flicking and sucking her nipples until they were raw." While 3 of the 9 documents naming Doe 174 have still not been fully unsealed, the public docket includes versions with some redactions, and it's incredibly easy to see where Trump's name fits into them. So some of the documents are incredibly incriminating, but not all of them are, but we can take away that Donald Trump had a close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. They knew each other incredibly well, and multiple times they were working in tandem. So Donald Trump had sex at Jeffrey Epstein's places, or vice versa. Jeffrey Epstein would bring his underage girls to Donald Trump's mansions. We're going to learn more about this as the story develops, and I'll make sure to keep you guys updated. MAGA likes to spin this story, make it seem like Joe Biden is somehow a sex trafficker, when we literally have Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein together on documents. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment a blue heart, hit that subscribe button, and have a great day.